All right, we are back. So the party's going to go do a little bit of shopping for heavy weapons for their ship to increase the offensive capability. And so you already got the note that the taking two cargo space away from the shuttle, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So you head back to refuge on the shuttle to take a look at what the purchases are. And I'm gonna assume that this is like next day kind of thing. So it's while on your trip to go on your first trip to go purchase books for the library and everything like that.
Okay.
And you are actually met at the docks by a representative of the Arcane, who does hand you the 10,000 gold piece writ.
Woohoo!
And you make your way up to the Arcane Tower. Inside there, in the large open area, you see the signs for the ship equipment on the second floor, so you head up there to see what they have available. And you are met by a Rastipede who is very eager to make some sales.
Aren't they always?
Of course.
Customers. Welcome. We have many fine items to sell today. If you need some magical sails or magical rigging, we can provide you with that. Or if you are interested in some magical weaponry, we have an ample supply of that. What are you interested in today?
A little bit of both, actually.
Now you, my friend, you would be interested in the magical bombards. Come this way, let me show you.
Yeah, let's look at that.
Oh God.
Yeldan's like, oh, God, of course.
So he takes you past some displays of catapults and ballistae to a large, pristine bombard of brass and iron. It is shiny and smooth. It is a beautiful sight to Higgimus. Now, this bombard right here only has a minor enchantment on it, but it can be yours for just the minor cost of 50,000 gold pieces.
That's all.
Leva turns to Braxon. Do you think we should have handcuffed Higgimus?
I
Braxton
don't think that
laughs.
would have mattered.
Braxton clears his throat and says, "Don't forget, we need weapons that work in the phlogiston."
Oh, this one will work just fine in the phlogiston if you don't mind a little explosion.
We don't want explosions.
Higgimus, when Braxton speaks up, his hypnotist, or not hypnotist, his gloss over his eyes kind of disappears for a moment. He's like, yeah, sorry. I think we're kind of looking at for ballistas. This is really.
Higgimus.
Yeah, we need to go look at ballistas.
Focus.
Maybe we can come back
Higgimus'
No,
next time we're in town.
Higgimus's
and get
hand
something for our restaurant base.
lingers on the barrel for just a moment,
Higgimus, focus.
longing in his eyes as he slowly
Staining
turns
it
away.
incurs a charge.
The party drags him away from the ballista.
The
Higgimus, you need a girlfriend.
the Rastipede takes you over to the catapults and the ballista and the jettisons, and gives you a rundown on what they have available. Basically, they have 3 different powers of enchantment. Minor enchantment, moderate enchantment, and a powerful enchantment. In game terms, this will equate to +1, +2, or +3.
No +4, +5.
Oh no. +4, +5 are like.
They do not have any of
And
those
not
for
so.
sale. They do not have any of those for sale. So you were thinking about a medium ballista first, correct?
Yeah, well, we're looking at what the price differences would be between the two.
Yeah. So the medium ballista +1 would be 6,000 gold pieces. +2 would be 12,000, and +3 would be 24,000.
I'll move over to Braxton. Well, Braxon,
real quick,
how about the heavy?
okay. Oh, so the heavy.
Mhm.
8,000, 16,000, 32,000.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'll go to Braxon.
What about
We-
magical rigging and things like that?
Yeah. We could afford like getting the medium one +1, or the heavy one +1. But that'll eat through a lot of that rip that we just got.
I asked
Yeah.
the Rastipede, what's the return value on these if we wanted to trade in?
There are no returns unless they are actually
Well, no,
defective.
say we want to upgrade. I mean, would you
Later
take
on.
back the old stuff?
I mean, we would take them in trade, but you would not get
Yeah.
the full value.
Yeah, I want to know how much we would get back.
On average.
Well, that varies with the amount of use and any damage
Are we
it may
talking
have
like
incurred.
5%? Or are we talking like 50%, 75, 20?
In other words, it's entirely negotiable.
Well, we won't know until we get to that point.
Well, what we do need is we need 2 ballista, medium ballista, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we can afford this medium +1. Maybe put that on the whatchamacallit?
The shuttle.
On the shuttle,
On the shuttle.
and then to get 2 regular medium ballista and put them on the dolphin.
Now, what about getting magical rigging? That sounds like it could come in handy.
What does magical rigging even do?
That will probably increase our maneuverability class.
Yeah, actually, it was sales of maneuverability. It would increase your maneuverability class. The most inexpensive are 10,000 gold pieces.
We
Oh,
should
so
probably
the
use
entire
the writ
rate
to buy the sails and then use our own money to buy magical ballista.
Do we have the money for that?
We do.
But do you want
But-
to spend all that much? Kind of thing.
Yeah, for our +1 right now. So, how much are we talking about increasing our maneuverability class? Or
Probably
For
by
the-
one.
Skills up
Yeah,
a
wow.
category.
Yeah, which means that we'll be like quite a bit better at avoiding things or moving.
How much of an upgrade is that maneuverability class? What are we at?
For us, what? Yeah, what
Your
is our
D, it would bump you up to C.
What's the difference between D and C?
It's cheaper to turn.
Yeah.
Right, so...
Okay, so quick rundown. The number of hex faces that you can change in would go from 1 to 2. And in other words, you're spending 1 SR to change 2 hex sides, up to 2 hex sides, as opposed to 1 SR per hex side kind of thing. You would have a better speed change, meaning that you have better acceleration and
Oh, I
deceleration.
say we get the rigging.
Yeah, I say we get.
You'd have an
No,
initiative
sales.
bonus,
So,
higher
what was the last
reverse
thing?
speed. You'd have an initiative bonus.
Right.
You'd have a higher reverse speed rating, maximum reverse speed, and a bigger bonus against crashes. And
I
saving
think
throws
that's
against crashes.
more than
How
worth
high,
it.
how high is the initiative bonus?
It's just
I
one.
remember it was, what was it, plus 15 or something?
Well, so that you're always getting that, but maneuverability class D is +0 and C is -1. E is +1.
Okay.
You did have an F, which was +2. That's what the barge was.
Okay. Okay.
I'd say we get the rigging easily.
Yeah.
It gives way too many pluses.
Well, it's not
over
rigging, it's sales, but
Sales.
maneuverability thing, yes.
Now-
Sales
Yeah,
and
that's-
maneuverability.
Does that have a
Keep in-
higher save?
Keep in mind,
destroyed.
it is still cloth. Yes, it is magical, but it is still cloth.
Can we not get
Yeah,
like
but the bonuses
some-
it gives would be a lot more useful.
Yeah, I'm just letting you know that
It's still vulnerable to shots directed at our sails.
Yeah.
At one point, is the rigging considered to be broken, to be unusable?
I mean,
Or
if it's
losing its enchantments.
if it makes a saving, if it fails a saving throw, it's destroyed. At least in terms of its magical abilities.
So that could be in that could be in the worst case that could be 1 arrow, correct?
No,
Okay.
because
That'd
that
be
won't-
like a blister shot.
that would
something.
generally be something like a critical hit from another ship. That would be fire spells. It has a saving throw of 16 against magical fire, 13 against normal fire. Now, it would have a +1 bonus to the saving throw, but that's still not great.
I'm
And
guessing
18
similar
versus
to,
lightning.
like +2 sales of mobility of movability there.
What's an SR?
Ship's rating, that's your speed.
Oh, speed. Okay.
So, yeah, there are rudders of speed that give an SR bonus. You can get +1 SR bonus for 10,000 gold pieces.
Yeah. Only makes a difference in combat.
Right. But that's pretty important.
So, which would you guys rather have, the rudder or the sails?
Or the
I
weapon.
think the sails do a lot more than the rudder would, but the sails are also a lot easier to get destroyed by accident.
Well, the rudder will make a poor helmsman into a better helmsman, and a good helmsman into a better helmsman, and a great helmsman into a better helmsman. The extra maneuverability will allow any helmsman to turn more effectively. So they are both good advantages. And if we don't get one, we can get it later.
I mean, how much gold do we have to work with here?
10,000 from the writ. We don't really want to spend more than that.
And didn't we also get 10,000 from the Beholder Cave?
That hasn't been divided up yet.
Oh.
It has to be divided up because of your tithe.
Oh, right. We can't just instantly spend it.
I mean, if you know how much is going to be going to the party and how much is going to stay with the ship, then you at least know that much is available.
Mm.
And we have a 30,000 company fund that's up to Higgimus.
Didn't we agree before to increase the share the ship fund was getting?
I
Yeah,
thought
we
already
did.
did that.
That was
He hasn't split up the new stuff yet, though.
No.
Yeah.
I just mean that agreement could carry over until we've got the ship kitted out, and we might need to review that afterwards.
Well,
How much does it cost to repair a 1 point hull?
I thought it was a permanent change.
I mean, because you also have an asteroid now that you want to
That's true.
build out too. So,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, keep
I don't
keep that in mind that you might want to save money for that.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
either looking at either the rudder or the sails, but I'm not sure which one is best. You guys know more about this.
So
On a player level, I would go for the sails, even though they are technically easier to be destroyed because they confer a lot more advantages. Like the increase in movability class, not get anywhere else.
Okay, so what spellcasting level are our hireling helmsmen? Are they both 1,
They're both 3.
3? Okay, so if let's assume that we've got a level 3 helmsman on the helm, if we look at what each of those things would do over and above what we already get, you might get an idea of which would provide the biggest benefit.
So
So
right
what
now,
was
with a major helm, level 3 spellcasters have an SR of 1. So with the rudder, that's going from 1 to 2. That's double.
I can enhance that. At least for a time.
Right,
If we were
but
attacked.
if you get on the helm, you have a different.
Yeah.
This is for the NPC helmsman. If you're on the helm, you're level 6, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So your SR would be 3. Right now.
Okay. I was actually I was looking at the spell enhance rating.
All right. Yeah.
That's why I spoke up.
Okay, and then yeah, you could do that too. But I
What's
mean,
the material components for that?
I'm going to say that this isn't important right this moment. We're trying to figure out which one of these things would add the most benefit to the ship.
Well, the one that gives the most benefit in total is the sails, but the other one will allow us to do more actions.
The reason why I was asking all to spell this out is because if our spellcasters have such a low ship's rating that they can't turn the ship anyway, you're not getting anything out of it.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's why I want to know how much it costs per whole point of damage. I mean, are we going to be fighting long fights out there, taking the hull points rather than boarding them?
so for repairs, it depends on whether you get it repaired in dock, like you brought it into a refuge or brawl and had them do repairs, which is very expensive, but it's 1 point per day. Otherwise, Braxon and the crew can repair 1 point per week at a incredibly inexpensive rate.
Which we would do until we got into port.
Yeah. But you might want to do
$5
it anyway.
per hull point, isn't it?
Can we get back onto the SR just for a moment so that we covered both that and the rudder? So, Alds, what would be the advantage from our NPC spellcasters with the ship's rating?
Well, you'd be doubling their speed, going from 1 to 2.
No, that would be with the rudder. What
The sails have nothing to do with the who's on the helm.
No, but you use up SR.
Yeah.
While turning, so how effective can they turn anyway with 1 SR?
So
with and without the sails.
You do not need to move forward 1 to turn with the current ship that you have. But it's 1 SR to turn up to 2 hex faces. So, but you always get a free turn at the end of the combat if you don't need to move forward 1.
Right.
Let me actually, I'll bring you over to the tactical map and we'll kind of like go through a demonstration.
a mock battle.
Okay, so let's.
Thanks, Ald. I thought this would enable everyone to understand the implications.
Okay, so right now we'll just use your ship here. Right now 1 SR means just moving forward, and you can always make a free hex change at anything below F. So you can move forward 1 and then move 1 hex face. So that's what you can do, full movement in a turn, right now with the current helmsman. If you want to turn more, you can spend 1 SR at the beginning to make 1, 2 face turns.
Mm-hmm.
So
And-
with that would be the okay. Let me. I think I got that a little bit wrong. No, currently, you can move. You can move forward 1, and then make a single turn in one round. Alternately, you can use your 1 SR to make a hex face turn, and then get your free 1 at the end of the turn to do 2, but not moving.
Right.
So if you improved your maneuverability class to C, then you could do. You could either move forward 1 and then get your free turn, or you could spend 1 SR to get 2 turns, and then you could actually get the free 1 and do a full turn. Get 180
Right.
degrees.
Or almost.
No, I mean that's 1 and then 2.
Okay.
That's spending the 1 SR, and then you get the free 1 to get all the way back.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So that's with 1 SR.
I don't think I'll be driving that ship.
Now with
Now that's with the NPC helmsman. Leva would be different because she's 6th level. She has SR of 3 on the dolphin.
Yeah, so she can
an
move forward
example of
3
that-
hexes.
Yeah.
An example of that would be?
So you could either move forward 1 to 3. You could move forward 1, spend 1 SR to turn, move forward 1, and then get your free turn.
Okay.
So
I'm thinking after seeing this, having the increased SR right now will help us more than than being able to.
let's figure out what. Yeah, but I wanted him to demonstrate what would happen if we did get the sails.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
You can just turn.
More turning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now
more
that's
turning.
that's in terms of the movement. The speed change won't matter that much, although so with 1 SR they could if they've been going forward, 1 every turn, they could actually do a full reverse and do a full speed change and go back. The initiative modifier might be kind of good, but it's just -1. So essentially, instead of plus 12, you're at plus 11. Whereas with the barge, you were at plus 14. But all ships start with a base of plus 12.
And what if we got the rudder?
It just gives us +1 SR.
Yeah, which you can then spend on you doing turns and stuff like that.
I think at this point, it might be better to get the rudder.
Yeah.
Let's
I
get
was
the
gonna say the
rudder
rudder.
and get sails
Yeah.
later.
I concur.
Yeah, I agree.
Unanimous then.
All right, so it helps to actually go through the mechanics of it, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it have figureheads here as well?
No, they do not. Plus, the dolphin shuttle could take one, but the dolphin itself could not.
Really? Why?
Yeah, because you don't have the
A brow.
the forward
But-
mast thingy that I can never remember the name.
Bow
Called
jib.
here the jib boom, but I don't think that's quite right.
You have to have the forward mass to have.
I
those?
would say yes, because there's no place to put a figurehead on other ships. I mean, the figurehead is part of the it's a decorative part that is in that gap
Aesthetic.
between the bow and the bowsprit. That's what it's called.
I thought it was mounted on the top part of the bow. Is where it's mounted on.
Right,
Not
where you got the bowsprit coming out.
Yeah,
So-
but I just
The
don't
dolphin doesn't have.
know if that's I know that, but I don't know. It just doesn't seem like it would necessarily require that to have the bowsprit in order to have that because it's mounted on the hull itself.
I would say
I
so.
think if you look at where the quarterdeck and the officer's deck meet, there's a nose there, and if you look on the deck plans, it's all windows. I think that if we modified the front of the ship, we might be able to mount a bowsprit there, but that's going to be substantial amount of work.
And it would get rid of the windows.
Yeah, but I think if we asked Ald, can we do this? How much does it cost to cut out this chunk of the front of the ship so that we can mount a figurehead there? Maybe he would consider that. But bear in mind, that's upside down. So
I
that's
think
going to
we
be a
should
bit
just
weird.
mount it onto the shuttle.
Well, no, hold on, guys. There's I'm just curious on these things, but I mean, like, there's a section here next to the mainmast where I think it would work just fine. But I don't know. If Alt says no, then
Yeah,
it means
I
no.
would
He's
say
the DM.
you need a ship with a bowsprit. So you could mount one on the shuttle, but not on the dolphin itself.
Hmm.
Because I have never seen a figurehead on any other type of ship.
Yeah, no, I mean, like,
Well, I mean, it's like adding rams onto spelljamming ships that don't have them on the diagrams, isn't it? They've got to go somewhere.
Well, yeah. Well, in that case, I mean, you're talking about. I mean, again, if you want to revive, I mean, there is a narwhal type of dolphin that has a piercing ram bowsprit, essentially.
yeah, but they're not mounted on the bowsprit. That's what I'm saying.
Where it's I know it's mounted right below it. It's just part of the whole thing.
This is where Ash is going to get out Jason and the Argonauts, where the figurehead's at the back of the ship.
No, I just don't understand the whole reasoning behind it has to have a bowsprit to it.
I
think
tell you
it
what.
needs to.
I tell you what. Braxon will do some research to see whether it's possible to modify the ship in order to fit a figurehead. And then Ord will say no.
Why do we even need the figurehead?
We don't need one.
They do cool stuff.
They're cool, for one,
Just put it on a shuttle.
You can
and
get magical ones probably that do. But
yeah, there are some that are magical, yes, but
Yeah.
For one, they're just cool.
And put it on a shuttle. It's shaped like a boat anyway.
But it's not our main ship.
But it's the one we'll be taking out to dock at places and to do other things. It'll be impressive to come in with the figurehead on that.
All right.
I've got a question, Ord.
Mm-hmm.
If we have a figurehead on the shuttle, will it still work while the shuttle's docked and no one's on the helm?
It depends on what the bonus from the figurehead is.
Oh. Okay. I need my figurehead rules.
Now, I will say that they are not selling figureheads here, so that I don't have to deal with it.
he already said that earlier. You guys missed it though.
Okay.
No, it's just me arguing with the fact that I didn't think that a figurehead would require a bowsprit, but anyway,
we can certainly discuss it after the game if you
that's
if you
fine.
want to make your case again, and that's fine. I mean,
Yeah, let's do that. One of the things that Braxon actually wanted to find is some charts for constructing ships.
I don't
Or
think they will
books.
sell those.
Or stuff like that.
okay.
Maybe they don't, but Ord will tell me this.
Well, first of all, let's finish up the initial purchase.
Yeah.
Okay. So
we want to get the rudder and a bunch of medium catapults.
2 medium catapults.
Not
turrets.
catapults, ballistas.
Ballistas, sorry.
right.
Ballistas
Okay.
with,
all right. So you're keeping the one that you installed already,
yes.
and then just going with 2 more normal ones.
2
Normal, medium, ballista.
2 mediums with the turrets.
Okay.
So they can fire at 3 different angles.
All right. That will be 600 gold pieces each for the ballistas, and an additional 500 gold pieces each for the turrets.
Are these standard ones rather than magical ones?
Yes.
And
standard.
we'll use the writ on the rudder.
Right.
And then you can get the
How much extra was the magical ones?
6,000 each.
6,000. Right. Can I see the really tiny hole that Braxton's money's in?
You know, put it into a different section of the sheet if you have trouble with that part.
You throw your money into a hole.
No, the little
No,
tiny.
this
He
is-
means the little tiny boxes
Yeah.
on the character sheet.
The tiny boxes are 2 numbers wide.
Perfectly fine. For me, anyway.
Because you can steal a lot of the money from the hole.
So sorry, Braxton's got 4,500 gold pieces. And he's got to get some other stuff anyway. That's not enough, is it?
Nope.
Right. That's the end of that then.
Wait, you have 4,500?
Yeah.
I have 2,135 gold pieces.
Which reminds me, what are you saving that up for? Because otherwise you're supposed to be donating.
I think I was saving that up to help pay for the stronghold.
Okay.
That is going to be our asteroid base.
All right, fair enough. As long as you've got a goal for the money, money that's beyond normal living expenses.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think I'm saving that up to help pay for our asteroid.
Okay.
Or buying a magic something or other.
Yeah.
Let's put a deposit down with our dwarven friend when we get back. Then you can have extra money for tithing and stuff.
All right. So you make your purchase for the Rudder of Speed, which is +1, gives a +1 SR bonus. So 1s will be 2s, 3s will be 4s, that sort of thing.
We'll be able to run away from fights.
Maybe.
Possibly.
I mean, to a
But,
certain extent, having a higher SR makes you more maneuverable because you can do more actions in a combat round. So.
Yeah.
All right.
It's not just moving; it's also you can spend it turning.
Yeah. All right. So, Braxon, you were wondering about basically plans, ship plans.
Yeah.
Is this for a goal of gaining the shipwright proficiency eventually?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They do not sell them here, but in the intervening week while Lafdul and Leva are making their other purchases, yeah, you can go out and purchase some ship plans for a hammer ship, a squid ship, tradesman, common stuff. Nothing special.
Yeah.
And you don't actually get one for a battle dolphin or a whale ship, stuff like that. But some of the more common human ships, you can get them for. And they will run you 200 gold pieces each.
Right.
So decide how many you want, and then you can decide what ships they are for as well.
Right.
Make a note. So 200 each, and however many you want, and for what ship types you want, kind of thing.
Oh my goodness, I forgot. For the place we have to go to for this mission we're on for the elves, do we have all the star charts we need?
You don't actually know where you're supposed to be going yet. I was going to get to that when we wrap up a lot of this stuff.
Okay.
I mean, you'll get that information before you leave Refuge. So.
Okay.
I just want to wrap up a lot of this maintenance stuff first. And then if you want to purchase some other stuff after that, then we can do that. All right.
All right. So I think that's what we want here.
Okay. So that's going to be an additional 4 tons taken away from your cargo space on the Dolphin as well. For those 2 weapons.
Keeping a note of that, Asher.
Yeah. Just trying to.
We'll update the sheet when we've worked it all out.
Yeah. Okay. Any other stuff that you want to purchase? I know Lafdul wanted to do some purchasing of magical supplies. Anyone else have anything?
Braxon still likes the idea of putting a stinger.
I think we went over
outside Higgimus's bedroom.
Well,
I think we have the 2 not catapults, the 2 ballista now that can shoot backwards. So for right now, I think we're good.
Keep in mind that fixed weapons that are fixed in place get a +2 bonus to hit.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
So in some ways they're better than a turret.
Yeah, the only problem is that you can only shoot in a straight line.
Yeah.
So like fixed forward, fixed aft, that kind of thing, that tends to because you're essentially using the ship itself to line up the target.
Mm. Would a jettison take up less room than?
No, it's based on the size of the weapon, not what type of weapon it is. So light weapons
Right.
are always 1 ton, medium weapons are always 2, heavy weapons are always 4. I mean, if you guys are considering it, debate it out.
Ballista, maybe.
You want another ballista back there? That's another weapon crew that we'll have to.
Well, no,
manage
because
for.
it'll only be when we're running away, and we can get the weapon crew from the front to come through the back, or we can man the weapon or whatever.
Hmm.
And we got quite a lot of crew. This will be when we're trying to escape from someone who's too difficult for us to want to take on.
All right. So just to let you know,
Mm-hmm.
we're down to 28,000 gold pieces for the company fund, and we have a large crew we have to pay regularly.
Yeah. Okay, we'll get one back on Brow then.
Or bring it up again and debate it then.
Yeah.
Okay. I think Higgimus wants to have his tea deck.
Well, it should be a garden.
Oh.
It should be a garden. We can grow food. We've got plenty of Giff. They don't like eating salt meat, so
Most
being able to grow.
most Giff are actually omnivores.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
It's just
Braxon
taking
Okay.
is
the
just a
alcohol.
lifestyle choice.
So Higgimus is weirdo.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking.
I do have some prices for some things that Lafdul had expressed interest in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the
What items?
the herbs and berry bushes.
Oh yes, I did want that at some point.
So keep in
Uh,
mind that anything less than a 5 foot by 5 foot area of greenery basically doesn't affect your air at all. It's just not enough.
Right, I'll get a 5x5 at least. Then.
The problem is that you need a lot of stuff. Like, I mean, if you're focusing
Oh.
on herbs and berry bushes, you kind of need a lot.
Yeldan wanted to get spices and such for food.
Okay,
I
because
wanted on supply replaceable medical supplies.
right. So, assuming that like herbs are in a pot that's roughly 6 inches in diameter, kind of thing.
Yeah.
To get 5 by 5 feet of that, you're talking 100 of those. 100 of these little pots.
Mm.
So keep that in mind.
How much does that cost?
Cooking herbs, spices, stuff like that. Common stuff like oregano and basil and stuff like that. Not, very valuable stuff. I will say that you can harvest them once per week. And each one of those little pots would be 15 gold pieces.
So are you talking 5 foot by 5 foot, not 5 squares?
5 feet by 5 feet.
Yeah, but that's just cooking stuff. That's for Yeldan. He want them.
Okay,
Did I do my math wrong?
Well, that's like $1,500.
Well, for that, yeah. I mean, plants are expensive. Plants that are hardy enough to last on a ship and everything like that.
I guess they're magical plants.
If you look at the command deck where the weapons are at the front, there's these bits around the side that are quite useless, where you could have planters here and here.
Also, I will say that real quick, the herbs, I will allow them to grow with continual light, but berry bushes would not. So in other words, you could put the herbs inside. And the 5x5 thing is specifically for if you also want to get air refreshing out of this whole thing.
Yeah, we should go for air refreshing.
Right. Well,
if we
I mean,
go,
keep in mind, yeah, I mean, it's a lot of herbs. But let me
Way
let me
more
get
than
to,
I'm
let
ever
me
gonna
get
need.
to the next thing. So that's cooking herbs. Healing herbs, you can harvest them once per month. They're 40 gold pieces each, same size.
good
So
God.
you can mix it up. And a small berry bush that you would really only be able to harvest once every 3 to 6 months. That would be 200 gold pieces each, but you only need 4 to make a 5 foot by 5 foot area.
This could be interesting, dividing these all down.
Yeah. And of course, basically for each 5 foot by 5 foot area of greenery or portion thereof, you need a man day's worth of water.
right.
So you're basically trading water for air. Now,
Sounds good.
keep in mind
Yeah.
that a level 1 wizard spell very easily refreshes your air.
Yeah, you do have to remember that.
So, to a certain extent, air refreshing for
Natural versus magical.
yeah, it's the plant thing is for when you really don't have available spellcasters.
Yeah, if we accidentally fly into a Sargasso, it will be useful.
That is true, assuming that you can't get out.
I don't
Which
know.
spell would that be?
Any fog
Fog
spell,
cloud.
yeah, fog cloud, wall of fog, both of those.
Hang on, so 40 gold per herb thing that can be harvested per week, yeah?
The 40 gold pieces is for the healing herbs, which you can harvest once per
Yeah.
month.
I can use that as replacements in how often, sorry?
Once
Once a month.
per month, yeah. They
Yeah.
they grow slower than the cooking herbs. You know, parsley
And
stuff.
is that like a full refill on my healing kit, so to speak, or how would you? Because that holds 8 uses.
No, that's 1 each. But I mean,
Oh,
yeah, I mean that's
so I need 8 of these.
yeah. If you want a full refresher.
God, this is gonna cost me a small fortune.
That the plants on the ship should. They really should.
Yep.
No, I will.
Like I'm not
unfortunately fork it
asking
out, yeah.
for Yeldan. I'm not
320.
asking for like a 5 foot area. I'm just asking for like some.
No, I will do it. I'll fork out the 320 gold for every month I can resupply
Got-
healing.
Got a question, Ald.
Yep.
If we postpone this and went to a celestial body, would Yeldan be able to find these plants for free?
Well, yeah. So
no, because I mean, these. While the plants themselves are functionally the same as what you'd find in the wild, these are a slightly different cultivar that is specifically bred to deal with the rigors of space travel.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, again, if you just want greenery, yeah, you could go just about anywhere and hope that they survive. But you're not going to get any food, you're not going to get any healing herbs, you're not going to get any cooking herbs out of it.
That's cool.
no, I do
Just checking.
specifically want that.
Yeah.
So I will get 8 of them. And that'll be 320, so I can do that once per month. What was the berry bushes? How much did that cost?
200 gold pieces.
For how many berries? Per how many months?
It's you can harvest berries, once every 3 to 6 months, kind of thing. Depending on what you want, and I'll just kind of like roll it to determine.
It's basically if I ever found myself. Well, actually, I don't know. I got creep food. Well, I might not have access to the 3rd level spells.
No,
I'd have
the
good
thing
berry,
is that right, but the thing is that you could and they'd essentially be harvestable. Like if you don't actually take them all off the branches, they'll stay on the bush for a 1 to 2 weeks kind of thing, and they'd be okay. So it's not like
Alright.
like you immediately have to go harvest them all, kind of thing. So they can either be, little, a few berries extra in meals, or like you said, using them for good berry and stuff like that.
To
And
supplement the food supply.
You can essentially get them so that if you got multiple bushes, they can be staggered.
Oh, how many would I need? No,
Well, that's just up to you how many you want.
every
There's-
2 months. So I need 6 for monthly.
Well, it depends, because I'll roll randomly to determine how often you can harvest the one that you purchase. Because they grow at like different rates and stuff like that. But you can still stagger them.
All right, I will. I'll just buy 2 for the moment now. So 400 for that as well.
Okay, let me see.
All right, 720 gold I've spent on plants.
Okay, the first one that you get, harvestable every 4 months.
Hang on. I need to make notes of these.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, where are my notes? It's up here somewhere. It's armor. I don't want that. All right, notes. Screw it down. Okay. What's this? The healing or the?
No, this is
berry?
the berry bush.
Oh, the berries are the variable ones.
Yeah. So
Berry bush number 1 is every 4 weeks.
yes, 4 months.
4 months.
Yeah.
Okay.
How
And-
often would I be able to harvest?
Well, hold on. Let's deal with this first. You can decide what kind of berries those are. You can either
Alright,
decide that it's raspberries or blueberries, or you can make something up.
I'll look at post game to find something more appropriate to
That's
a
fine.
more elven nature.
That's fine.
Basically.
Okay, and the next one is going to be harvestable every 3 months.
Ooh, 3 months. Rolling weeks and months. That's good.
Yeah. And that right
Um,
there means that you got a pretty good stagger on its own.
Yeah. Healing herbs every month.
Yes. So you're buying 8 of those?
Yeah, so I can get a full refill on my healing kit.
Okay. And Yeldan, did you want to buy some cooking herbs?
Yeah, for
Alright.
like spices and such.
How many do you want?
Well, how often would they? So it'd be once a week harvest kind of idea.
You're just clipping off a few leaves of parsley or something like that.
A week is 7 days in this game.
Yeah.
How much would it be for being able to like have something once every day? So 7.
7 of them. So
Yeah.
15 each. That would be 105.
Cool. That's like 1 gem and 5 gold. I assume I would have to get the gem chain before I used it.
Yeah. Okay, so you got that written down?
Yep.
All right, and Yeldan, you can decide, like post-game, what kind of herbs you're getting. But again, keep in mind that they're relatively common stuff, oregano, parsley, that kind of thing, not very, very valuable stuff.
I like saffron or whatever.
It was 105 gold piece.
Could he make it to profit, so to speak?
What do you mean?
Could he, I don't know, sell them?
No, not really.
Not really.
I mean, this
Not
is
enough to sell.
this is the type of thing. I mean, yeah, at 15. I mean, yeah, I guess since they wouldn't really die per se. You're just harvesting, but you're not really getting enough off of them. You need fields of these to really make get enough off to sell them.
Yep.
I mean, someone's not going to buy, just a
No.
a pinch.
So you come across this trading ship, that are out of spices. We're gonna flog them for every gold for these rare spices, these common spices actually. Yeah, we're gonna charge like 50 gold for some time or something.
Yeah, no. So, anyone else have any?
Can dream.
He absolutely can, and it is my prerogative to utterly destroy those dreams. All right, so let me also make a note on the map that there are ballistas here. So, anyone else have anything, or we'll move on to Lafdul's magical purchases?
This is where I get robbed.
I
got something, but Lafdul can go first.
At some point in time, just go over the items that we got with the detect magic spell.
Yeah, I just figure we'll get rid of the take care of the purchasing quickly. All right,
do
so
your shopping.
All right, everyone else is good.
Well, I got some stuff I'm interested in, but do Lafdul first.
Okay. All right, Lafdul, was there anything other than the Sandman sand that you wanted?
That's the only unique thing
Okay.
that I need.
All right, so you'll do your purchasing elsewhere, other purchasing after that.
Yeah, it's just mundane stuff.
Okay. While looking for books and stuff like that, you also visit the various alchemy shops, magical paraphernalia shops, stuff like that. They don't sell magic items, but they sell alchemical ingredients, reagents, spell components, that sort of thing. You pick up the normal stuff, and you start asking around to see if anyone has Sandman sand. And it actually takes you a little while to find someone who does have some. It's like the fourth shop that you check, and the storekeeper does tell you that he does have a small stock, but it is quite precious. It is difficult to come by.
I ask him how common is it? Is it like a rare thing going from like every major trading station, or?
I honestly am
Like,
not
if I
sure
would-
exactly what you're asking.
Basically, if I went back to Brawl, would it be just as rare there, or is it?
He kind of
Is this like super unique?
thinks for a moment. I mean, I understand they've got a pretty good mage guild there, which may have some stuff like this. And it is a crossroads of trade in that area. There might be a fair chance that they'll have some, but I don't know that I could guarantee that.
I just wonder if it's like a special order kind of thing.
Oh, it's pretty hard to come by.
I would like to acquire some.
All right, well, I've got on hand right now 2 vials.
I know. I need, how many pinches do you reckon I think I could get out of that? I'm just asking that.
So out of each vial, you could probably get 10 pinches.
All right, that's good. All
Um,
right, how much does he want for the vials?
For each vial, I'm looking at 200 gold pieces each.
Raises and eyebrows. Would you not sell it for about 180?
Well,
Is that well? He's saying how much for
200 each.
He said 200. I offered them 180 for both.
100?
Well, I mean,
no,
they're
not both.
each, yeah,
Per-
180
yeah.
each. Well, I mean, they're pretty precious, and I don't know when I'd get more in. I might be able to go down to 195.
192.
Come on.
Yeah, I think you got a deal there.
All right, I thank him, and I make the adjustments to my gold.
Okay.
180, 20 uses. That's really expensive dust.
Yeah, so 192 each. That comes to 384 total.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. You guys ready to move on to figuring out what those items are?
Yeah. Oh crud! You know what? When I was wandering around with probably Lafdul or somebody, is there anybody interested in buying that Beholder stuff?
Um.
Yeah, what?
So
Buying...
so Higgimus decides to go with you on this trip since you mentioned that you're going to purchase stuff, and he brings along some of the beholder body parts.
Oh, yeah. I got one of those parts as well. I want to get it taxidermied or something, or sold. I just got a random piece off the tree. I did mention it.
Yeah, I know. And you actually don't get much in the way of interest from that. The impression you get from the first couple of shops that you go to is that it's actually not all that hard to come by beholder body parts.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. Well,
Beholder kitten.
that's weird.
One of the second guy that you visit makes a joke that when two beholder hives go against each other, there's always fragments left over.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
But he then
Good
also
point.
says generally the stuff needs to be fresh, and he can't keep it on hand long enough. He hasn't
Okay.
seen anyone with an interest in it.
Okay, makes sense. I'll get some of it taxidermied though.
Yeah, I'll get mine taxidermied.
Yeah, so that'll be 50 gold pieces for each part that you want preserved.
Mm-hmm. Spending a lot of money.
All right. Well, I mean, you got money, might as well spend it, right?
Lafdul should really steal something at some point. He needs a new holy symbol.
Okay, so item-wise, Lafdul and Leva, you guys are going to do detect magic first. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah. How many items have we got to go through? So I need to know how many spells I need to reserve.
Quite a
This
few.
needs to be healing.
I mean, you've got like a full week. I'm gonna say
Alright.
that, you know, I mean, if you're focusing on not taking any other spells other than stuff for identifying items until you're done with that and healing, I'll just say that everyone gets fully healed.
Well, there might be one day that Lafdul needs to have spells available in case he gets caught. No, because I do need a new holy symbol. I have to do this.
Okay. Then, well, for now, I'll just say that everyone gets fully healed. Anyway,
Yeah, I just need one day.
I think
non-healing.
I think you could do enough. I
Yeah.
mean, a couple days of you with just your healing spells will probably take care of that in general. And since you're not flying anywhere, Paris, as a priest of Celestian, can help out as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, level variation for Leva's detect magic.
Well, Serge, come on.
You never know. It
It
is a new line. Okay.
Lafdul did have money.
All right. So, items that you guys want to start with. What do you want to start with?
Oh my goodness. So much.
At the beginning, first one.
All
Go
right.
away.
So leather forearm guards, decorated with elaborate designs, gold, lapis, lazuli, and
That was something the
carnelian.
mage was just wearing, wasn't it?
Okay. Leva, you detect that as enchantment charm, and Lafdul, you detect that as combat and protection.
Going to be quite valuable if they are what we all think they are.
So I am
Okay.
going to make a note of that. All right, next up.
Next up is a Looks like we
Magical
got
belt pouch.
yeah, belt pouch magical.
So it turns out that it's what's inside the belt pouch is magical,
Yeah, inside.
What's okay?
Sling bullets.
and
Is it the lead
Lafdul,
ones or the blue ones?
you detect that the 4 lead sling bullets are detecting as combat. Leva just detects that they're magical.
All right. 2 flask with oil, flint chips. I don't know. I just have 2 flask here.
Leather
What's
flask with a thick black liquid. That should be one of them.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. But I see it now.
Okay.
I should have deleted off the top part here.
All right. Leva detects that as necromancy. Lafdul, you just detect that it is magical. All right.
All right. Flask thick, flick scentless amber liquid.
Hold on.
Is that a different spot? I don't know.
I think so.
Oh, really?
That is, yeah.
Oh,
That was from a different location. There should be
Okay.
a metal flask with a red and yellow swirled liquid.
I'm looking. Oh, well, maybe this is a different one too.
You said you had 2 flasks, so this is one of those 2 flasks.
Yeah, this is in the same grouping as with the belt pouch.
Yeah.
With the clay bullets and stuff. Okay, so this is different.
Leva, you just detected as magical, and so does Lafdul.
Okay, so they're both magical. Okay.
The first one was the leather flask with a thick black liquid. The second one is the metal flask.
Smells of rotten meat. Is that what it does? Or no, that was a metal flask. Okay. And then I have another. Okay, so these 2 different ones. I'll get with you after the game to get the description on those.
Okay. Okay, those 2 are from a different part, but yeah. All right.
Okay, yeah. Flask with oil, flint chips.
None of that's magical.
Small cloth, golden red, yeah, sling. Okay.
Those
was
are-
the sling?
Yeah, nothing else from the.
Ah, you got a rod.
Wizard.
Golden.
That wasn't magical.
Okay.
Oh.
Now we're on to those other flasks. So
The other things
flask-
are all spell components. I will
I gotcha.
tell you that. All
I
right,
think
next up.
that's it for that stuff. Next is the other flask. So flask of thick, scentless amber liquid.
Okay. Leva is only able to detect that it is magical. And Lafdul, that is elemental water. Alright. Next up, thick black liquid in a metal flask that smells like rotten meat.
Yep.
Leva just detects it as magical. And Lafdul, it radiates healing. Alright. Next up.
Cool. Large glass flask that clearly holds different liquids, separating them out within.
That's going to be a curiosity at a few shops.
Neither of you is able to make sense of what types of magic it's radiating because it's radiating so many different types.
Oh. That sounds like something that could be researched there.
Yep. All right, Warhammer.
The Orcish.
Not
one.
Dwarven make, it's Orcish mage.
Yeah.
Leva detects it as just magical, and Lafdul, combat.
All right, triangular shield, dark blue with gold edge.
Lafdul, that radiates protection. Leva just detects it as magical. And at this
It's a
point,
medium shield.
Both your spells run out. Yes, it is a medium shield.
I kind of want to try out that shield, since I'm the main shield user.
Okay, both of you gonna go with detect magic again?
I assume so.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got like
Yes.
5 spells per day.
Yes.
Okay. Alrighty.
Oh, dwarven plate armor.
Yep, I was just doing the level variation for Leva.
That was field plate, right?
Yes. Alright, Leva, that radiates enchantment charm. And Lafdul, that radiates protection.
Hmm.
If it's sized for a dwarf, though, isn't it?
It is sized for a dwarf.
Is it possible to get resized?
Nope.
No. Maybe it's a halfling or something, but
We could probably maybe use that as like a part of a down payment for the whatchamacallit, the asteroid.
Maybe.
oh yeah, our dwarven friend would love that. He doesn't really fight though, does he? Oh no, he does.
Scroll case, large parchment sheet, 3 parchment sheets, 3 sheets of parchment. What was that about? That was about.
We want to know if they were magical before, because we've had bad experiences.
You just kind of like grabbed everything. So I will. All right, let's see. So there. Looking through it, there are a total of 4 scrolls. Leva, would you have a read magic cast?
I
mean, would
didn't
you have
into it, but I would.
you
I
would have
generally have.
You would have a read magic ready for this? Okay.
I would, yes.
Okay, so, Leva, you take a look at a couple of the scrolls, and going through it, you find that 3 of them are wizard spell scrolls. So you've got one at 9th level with the spells Enlarge and Invisibility on it.
Mm-hmm.
The second one, also at 9th level, has Ice Lance and Minor Creation.
Ice Lance is good.
Are you writing this down, Leva?
No, I was just about to ask you whether you were writing it down because I was actually doing something. I was cleaning up my spells.
All right, give me 1 second.
Sorry.
Large invisibility.
Yeah, at 9th level. And the next one is Ice Lance and Minor Creation, also at 9th level.
Mm-hmm.
And at 10th level, Extension 1 and Minor Spell Turning.
Ooh, that's a good spell, minus spell 10.
And then
I don't know
looking...
what extension is.
Second here.
And
I didn't get those. 1 second.
okay,
What was the last one?
Extension and Minor Spell Turning. And those were at 10th level.
Okay.
All right, and then when you
That's for those 3.
yeah, when you pull out the 4th, they're mixed up. So none of the other sheets of parchment are magical, except for one other thing is a scroll, but your read magic can make no sense of it. Lafdul would be able to study it and discover that it is a priest spell scroll.
Give me a sec, I'll get my notebook up.
Okay.
Where's my sheet? Okay.
All right. This has at 9th level the spells Shillelagh.
Yeah, great. I can't spell that, but sure, yeah, I know what it is.
Continual Fairy Fire.
What?
Oh my god.
If only you had access to weather, huh? Telepathy?
Yeah.
Plant door?
Ooh, plant door's good. Very good.
And protection from lightning.
No one wants to read my spelling on half of this.
Don't worry, I can post this in after the chat,
No,
or you can just look up the
I can
spells.
correct it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna correct it.
I don't understand how everyone can't spell shillelagh.
Yeah.
And it's so much so much fun to say too.
I will
I
agree,
didn't-
it is a fun word to say.
I did not know about there as a continual fairy fire spell though.
Yeah, which you don't have access to.
Yeah,
Oh.
don't rub it in.
What level spell is it?
Totally gonna rub it in. I think it's like 3rd.
Oh, I can get it then.
All right. Yeah, but not for a really, really long time. Okay. Next up, none of the other pieces of paper, parchment, detect as magical.
Okay. A small wooden shield with brass rim and boss.
Okay, that is. Enchantment charm Leva detects, and Lafdul cannot detect anything other than the fact that it is magical.
Okay. Short sword, well balanced with a small round crossguard.
You can only detect that it is magical, both of you.
Oh, alright.
Long sword shaped like a pair of cresting waves. Cresting waves. Sorry.
Warves.
Warves.
Warwolf. Let's see. Enchantment charm for Leva, and Lafdul just detects it as magical.
So it's magical.
A large saddle of high quality, rich brown leather.
Alteration for Leva, and Lafdul just detects it as magical.
Would it
Alteration.
fit my wolf?
Yes.
Okay. I guess I'll have to
Hey.
test to see how it works with the wolf in a bit.
Okay.
A carved animal, a curved animal horn with a silver mouthpiece.
Invocation, evocation for Leva, and combat and elemental air for Lafdul.
I think I know. I think I have an idea what it is. I don't know what it is, but I have an idea.
All right, next item.
So I was getting all this stuff written down.
I have a couple ideas. One of them's Horn of Alarming.
Mine's a horn of blasting.
A large book with red leather covers with geometric designs.
Leva detects that as alteration, divination, and enchantment charm.
My god.
And Lafdul detects it as creation and divination.
How much would getting a legend lore here on
You can cast Identify on it first before Legend.
oh yeah. But I was thinking how much is a legend lore here on the refuge?
It'd be the same cost. Assuming
Okay,
you can
what was
find
that,
someone to
1,000?
do so, because there isn't a wizard's tower here.
Or Wizards Guild?
What?
Yeah.
Are they arcane magical? As in they're wizards mainly, or what?
Some of them are, but they all have magical abilities to some degree.
Oh, so they're innately magical.
A long, thin black spruce shaft.
Okay. That detects as alteration, enchantment charm, and invocation, evocation for Leva. And elemental earth and elemental water for Lafdul.
sorry, enchantment alteration, enchantment charm, evocation.
Yeah, for Leva. And then earth and water for Lafdul.
I think that's it. No, wait. Got another section here.
Elemental, earth and water.
Yeah, I think we'll get the idea on that. A small ring, plain gold.
That is not magical.
Thin gold necklace.
That is not magical.
Silver necklace with 4 yellow faceted stones.
That is not magical.
Necklace with 27 round polished translucent pink stones.
That radiates conjuration, summoning, and necromancy for Leva. And for
Oh my.
Lafdul, all.
Wait, what?
Vague,
sphere.
isn't it?
The sphere,
called
yeah,
all.
the sphere all.
Is that a sphere?
That is a
It's
sphere.
it's the catch-all spear.
It's not the catch-all sphere, it's the basic sphere.
Conjuration summoning.
Conjuration, summoning, and necromancy for Leva.
Something is spelled with a U.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'll go back on it.
I don't even know what spell would be under all for that. If hers is conjuration summoning.
It's not
Unless
always
it's like-
it's not always individual spells.
That sounds interesting indeed.
A thin gold crown set with polished opaque red stones.
Not magical.
Ah.
It's just nice jewelry.
5
Yeah.
polished swirl green spears.
Not magical.
I'm guessing those are gems of some sort.
They're malachite. Lafdul would recognize malachite.
Okay, is there anything I'm missing?
That's the end of the list.
Since you're going through the gems, the pearl actually radiates conjuration, summoning, and enchantment charm for Leva,
Oh, what?
Pearl's magical.
A pearl.
and Lafdul
yeah,
is
we
only
found-
able to detect it as magical.
Yeah, we did find a pearl at some point. Wasn't it?
There was a single pearl in amongst
Yeah.
all of the gems.
Single pearl. There is.
I remember the pearl.
Yeah, I remember it as well.
Yep.
I can't remember what colour it was. Huh?
Hold on a second.
If I don't
5.
say, it's just standard white. This one is just average size, coloration. It seems perfectly normal in every respect.
So there are at least 2 items on that list I want to try out.
Is a pearl bigger than a slingstone?
Substantially smaller.
Ooh.
You ever seen a
Okay,
pearl
so-
necklace?
Yeah, I've seen them.
Yeah, those. Consider that the pearls on a pearl necklace are standard size. So if those would all be
understand.
like 100 gold piece pearls.
All right. Magical pearl, and that was it.
Yep, I do believe that is everything.
Okay. Excellent.
Of course,
So-
your rudder is magical too.
We knew that when we bought it. Thank you.
I just wanted to confirm.
Yeah, it's good to verify that it is magical.
And when you get ripped off,
Oh wait, Higgimus, did you put in the spells for that last scroll?
Oh,
The priest.
No, because Lafdul was doing that.
yeah, I did it for mine.
Yeah. So
Okay.
Yeah,
Lafdul
Lafdul-
straight up priest.
yeah, he
Yeah, there's a question I need to ask Gold. When I
Yes.
was been purchasing, there was one item I kind of forgot about.
Okay.
You might want to roleplay that one. Gives is a I want to know if there was an adamantine grappling arrow.
A
Adamantine biting arrow. It can bite into any surface.
That is from the Thief's Handbook.
Yeah, they're like really expensive. I can't remember. It's like 500 gold.
I'll look it up. Give me a second.
I just wanted to know if it was here on Refuge.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a quick look at the book to see whether they would have it.
There's no thieves guild here, so yeah, but it's not necessarily a thieving item per se. You know, they might have it on the ships. You know, boarding other ships and stuff.
Yes, they would have it. It's legal, and the arcane are definitely the type of people who would have a variety of specialized stuff, or at least an arcane thing. Normal cost is 7 gold pieces each, so I would bump that up to 14.
Mm-hmm. How many can I buy? I'd buy 3.
They have 3 available.
Come
You can buy 3.
All right. Woohoo! Oh, 14 gold each, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
There's not really a market here, is there?
Not like an open market, no. But there are gem and jewelry shops. Do you want to go through the gems the gems and jewelry to get the prices so that you can just sell them off, kind of thing?
Yeah, if that's possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Gosh, they must.
Start with jewelry, if we can.
Yeah, I just need to get to that section on my thing. All right. Okay, so yes, Lafdul?
Sorry, I was just making notes. How much does the eye stalk weigh? Say a pound? Or was it £2?
You got it off of the tree thing?
Yeah.
That one would be half a pound.
I'd not be carrying it really with me. It'd be in my collection.
Yeah, no,
I'm starting to have a collection like.
Apparently so. All right, so Lafdul, you'll be doing some appraisal. Let me see your score. 13. Okay. All right, so starting with the gold ring, the plain gold ring. Lafdul believes that that is exceptional quality gold, and believes that would be 200 gold pieces.
He gives it a good old squinty eye on it and say, yeah, 200 gold, apparently.
Necklace?
The necklace, he is not sure, but he thinks it would be worth less than the ring.
I remember we sold a gold chain necklace. Well, we donated one to the temple at one point. It was around 200 gold.
Next up, the silver necklace. That one, Lafdul is unsure of. He thinks the stones might be topaz or citron, but he's not sure. Next up, not that, because that was the magical item. The crown.
10 gold ring.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, the crown.
Yeah, the crown is... the crown, he believes, has carnelians and citrons in it and would be worth a good 1,500 gold pieces.
Carnelians? I don't think I've seen them on my list.
Carnelians are kind of a
Citron.
solid red stone. Citron is a yellowish quartz.
Yeah, I've
Orange
seen
yellow.
the citron.
All right.
Can you...
The 5 polished swirled green spheres are malachite and 20 gold pieces each. The translucent orange stones, Cabicon cut, 6 of them, are known as Datchas or Datolite, 100 gold pieces each.
How would you spell that?
I can give it to you afterwards.
Alright.
The 6 square faceted pale yellow stones are called Scapra or Scapolite, and he believes that they are 200 gold pieces each. The next ones are Paradots, but they're really good quality, and he is not sure how much they'd actually go for. The 9 olive green ones.
Paradox.
Not sure.
The last
They're
one's
good
good
quality?
500 gold. That's what I got on my list. My first appraisal of Paradox of 500.
All right, next up, The glossy black faceted ovals are, it's a type of tourmaline known as Ravenar or Shorel, and those are actually quite valuable at 2,000 gold pieces each.
Oh.
And the fist-sized faceted green stone is an emerald, and it is by far the most valuable individual item that Lafdul has ever encountered in his life at 20,000 gold pieces.
I estimate a gem that high. I've never estimated gems that high.
That is-
Those stuff seems at 8,000.
That is, yeah.
Am I in that range now? I can do estimations.
It doesn't matter. It's not based on your skill kind of thing. It's based on whether you succeed the proficiency check.
Yeah,
as well just take
Or-
miles.
Or
Wildly
failed
wrong.
it utterly with a 20. Which
See,
is
I'm not
entirely
convinced
possible.
I'm not convinced that's worth 20,000 somehow.
It's fist-sized. It's huge.
It's an
Is it?
emerald as well. Emeralds.
Or he
kind
could
of
have gotten a
valuable.
20.
Yeah, well. Do we
How-
want to try to
what's the
steal
s-
that?
I need to do some research on those general prices of emeralds before we sell that one. I need a copy and paste of those gems at some point.
Yeah, I can do that. And we can talk afterwards about what you want to sell and get the costs, and I'll just give you the price on anything that you decide to keep. And I mean, you can keep some of the stuff as like undistributed yet, and it's not like it's not liquid currency kind of thing. So you would hold on to it until you decide what you want to do with it, sort of thing.
Well, yeah, it's kept separate. So
Yeah. All right, so we'll go with that later. Now, do you want to do identifying on the items?
sure.
Okay.
Next day kind of thing.
So this is going to, of course, run you 100 gold pieces for the pearls. Assuming no level variation, Leva can now identify 6 objects, or 6 powers per pearl, with a 60% chance of success.
Well, we have 2 in the company stash, so
Okay.
2 of them are on the company.
All right.
What would we
Should be
like
on the
as a
post.
company to do first?
I see the more mundane, non-specific to a person items like potions, rings,
Okay.
and amulets.
How about this darn book?
Yeah, the book.
Yeah, the book. I would do the book first because if it's type of book I think it is.
Okay.
Didn't we say we come across a manual of like Supreme Health or something?
No, this
No, we
is
have-
That's what we're talking
the title page on this book, and I might not recall exactly what I said, but I did. Braxon did look at the cover, and he is the one that did pick it up. Just FYI. It was a manual of shoot. What did I say?
Hang on.
Guaranteed success in various
Yes.
endeavors or something.
Yeah, something along those lines. A manual to guarantee success in all endeavors is, I believe, what I said. I'll actually make a note of that.
In all endeavors, that'd be like wisdom. Or
Possibly.
dexterity. Because you need to be pretty wise to do a lot of things.
Okay. So you're gonna start by identifying that.
Glows up in our hands.
Okay. So Leva casts identify, prepares the item, and the spell reveals that the text in the book contains procedures that, if followed, enhances the chances that the reader will guarantee will have success in their actions, be it combat or magic or cooking or any other everyday task.
So that's like a +1 to all rolls.
You don't know.
I bet it's a +1 to 1 thing, but we
So
don't
what-
know.
Oh,
So does somebody
It
need
is
to
written.
read
It is.
or what?
It is written in common, and yes. Give me a
Oh.
spellcraft check, Leva.
written in common.
It is written in common.
That rules Lafdul out.
Just so
Yay!
The people that read learned common.
Oh, what a shame! What a shame. Braxon learned common just for this purpose.
Lafdul's anyone that reads Elvish, isn't it? Or is it Yeldan
Yeah,
common?
I can read write Elvish only as well.
All right, Leva, you would know from your learning that generally magical tomes usually only work for the single person who starts reading it, which is not reading the cover or the cover page, but it is once someone sits down and starts actually reading the interior, no one else will benefit from it, and when done, they typically vanish.
Okay. So I pass that on to the group, and I say I think we should, I don't know, have a lottery or something. We'll decide on who gets this, because I think everybody would be interested in this, wouldn't they?
It depends on who can read it.
Who
They have
can
to be
read
able to read
common?
it themselves, right?
I'm sorry, what did you say, Higgimus?
They have to be able to read it themselves, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that would be a fight amongst the people that can read common.
Yeah.
Well, don't you read common anymore?
I
I
read
thought you learned.
Right, he's
Braxton's
just saying that the
interested in it.
people who can't read common can't benefit from it.
Yeah, so me and Yeldan are out.
So between the four of
3
us,
fighters and the 1 mage.
Bra-
Don't those things
Braxton's,
take a long time to read?
Braxton's
There is a-
interested.
I'm interested.
Well, by default, everyone is.
Well,
I'd say
actually,
it's easier if we just ask who is not interested and listen to the
Actually-
silence.
I will step away from interest of it if I can get that the shield that we got from the dwarf. Is it a medium shield?
Yes.
If I can get the shield and the saddle for my wolf.
Is it a wolf saddle?
It is a saddle that will most definitely work on the wolf.
I don't know.
I'm not that fussed about the shield because I dual wield.
Yeah,
That's
same
fine.
boat.
I still have a
Elvish.
rainbow shield, so. And it's
As far as I'm
fabulous.
concerned. Yeah.
Okay, so all right, so Ockar is withdrawing his interest in it. So that's 3 of you still.
I look at the other two.
It's 1 and 3. So
Fight!
it's
Fight!
good odds.
Fight!
Higgimus, I challenge you.
But yeah,
How about
that
a
shield.
fist fight?
Oh god.
Braxton says, "Well, I found it, but I have this lucky dice I found. We could all roll on the lucky dice."
Lafdul
Lucky
doesn't
die.
believe that's lucky whatsoever.
Well, Braxton picked up that D6 die, so we could all roll the D6 die to see who wins it.
Yeah, we could.
There you go. We can roll in character.
All right, well, so is it higher wins or is it lower wins?
I don't know. What do you want to do?
Let's go with fire for you guys. I'm gonna get the shield and try to saddle on my wolf, see what it does. What do you guys see this?
Now, you haven't identified the saddle yet. Might want to wait.
Okay.
What's the row? Is the higher the better or worse the better?
I don't know. What do you want to do, Ald?
It's up to you guys.
Yeah.
There's no
Well,
point
actually,
rolling.
looking at my roll, I'd say lower is better. Before I said higher is better, so I go for higher.
So we've got to beat 2.
All right, or no, hold on. Okay,
We should decide before we roll.
yes, decide before the roll.
Yeah. Normally it's higher is better.
Yeah, all right, so higher is better. All 3 of you roll.
If there's a tie, we do another
roll
roll
again.
with whoever's got the
We're gonna have
No,
Braxton.
Braxton got it.
Braxton wins.
Braxton,
it might,
congratulations. Go off
That's
and
a-
read the book.
maybe that's a magic die that does what I want it to.
Did you see what we rolled? 5, 5, and 6?
Yeah.
All right. Does that count as one ability, or is that a whole bunch?
What do you
for the
mean?
Spell? For the
Well,
spell.
Braxon's
Oh, that
gonna
was
get
just
to
that
read
was
it.
just one of the 6 normal ones that she'd be.
All right. How
Well, say-
about we get this curved horn done next?
Okay. All right. So, let's see.
God.
All right, Leva. You prepare the horn and analyze it. And you learn that the horn, if blown after the proper command word is invoked, can inflict substantial damage on individual creatures and structures.
It's a horn of blasting.
Structures.
Horn of Blast.
Blasting.
Not that any of you would know what a horn of blasting is.
Yeah.
Yeah, out of character.
All right, so that's that.
Does it go boom?
It goes boom.
Then I think it's something for Higgimus.
Huh.
All
You
right.
need to know. You need to figure out the command word first.
How would we do that?
Don't you just blow it?
Research.
Braxon picks up the horn and blows in it.
Whoa, 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 whoa! I slapped.
No,
you before
no,
you
the
do
ship.
that.
All right, give me a dexterity check, Higgimus, and a dexterity check, Braxon.
I'm yelling,
Can I-
stop.
Hey, based
Oh,
on
God.
what's happened, because of what I PM'd you recently, I'd be in a similar
No, I
position.
don't.
Oh God, no!
So,
I'd be able to alter that.
yeah,
Did say a command word needed to be uttered first.
all right. First of all, Lafdul was PMing me saying that he was going to try to manipulate the die roll for the to get Leva the book. Unfortunately, he tried it, and that's why there was a 5 on both Leva and Higgimus. He figured that a 5 would be reasonable for success, but not seem out of the ordinary kind of thing. Unfortunately, Braxon rolled a 6. Anyway,
Alright, yeah.
Lafdul, are you sure you didn't just tell everybody to roll higher than they would normally?
so Braxon grabs the horn and blows it as Higgimus is saying stop and trying to slap it out of his hand.
Well, that's my argument here, is that because I've done that recently, I can also redirect it to point at the horn and try and push it out of his mouth. Whoever's fighting with it, so I try to be like the third hand here.
Well, the problem is that Higgimus got rolled so badly that he interfered with your attempt to do so.
Alright.
So you were not able to. So Braxon picks up the horn, puts it to his lips, and blows, and it just makes kind of a sound. It's not pleasant, but nothing bad happens.
So Braxon says,
Because
well, it don't seem...
because I did inform Leva that with her identify spell, the proper command word had to be uttered first.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Good thing, too.
Can we identify the saddle next? If we can, please.
Yeah,
That's
I have
up
a
to Leva.
question.
She's the one with the identify, but you have a question?
Please,
Yes?
Leva.
I have a question about the book still.
Yes?
And how is it defined which particular attribute is being
It doesn't.
bumped?
I gave you the information. I didn't say anything about it improving attributes.
Yeah, I don't
so
think it
which,
does.
what,
The bonuses and effects of that will come into play as it is read.
okay.
So, saddle, please.
You gonna do the saddle next?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Let's see. Unfortunately, your identify spell is not able to determine anything of note about the saddle.
Well, I'm just gonna have to get a Legend Lord of Brawl then.
You can get one here. Well, maybe not. Yeah.
All
can't-
right.
We can't have that done here, I don't think, right?
You might be able to. It might cost more.
You
though.
might be able to, but we'll hold off.
Yeah,
Let's
privately from the
handle the identification of items first before we start talking about that kind of thing.
Okay.
Along the shaft thing, wand,
All right,
rod,
give me
whatever it is.
just a second. I need to make notes that what was identified and what was not.
Braxon, do you have that book written down in your inventory yet?
I already had it on my sheet because I said Braxton took this.
Yeah. Okay. Leva discovers that the wand has some powers over the element of earth, and discovers that with the first use of her identify, it can basically dig holes in earth.
When?
World of Dig.
Do you want to continue analyzing the wand?
Yes.
Okay.
And tell me, it's actually a shovel in disguise.
You continue to analyze it and discover that the wand can also allow passage through solid earth and stone walls.
Oh.
Pass through rock.
Wow.
Continue to analyze it.
Mhm.
All right, and it can also shift earth and sediment around,
Mhm.
and that's where the spell expires.
Okay.
You do not believe that you have exhausted all the abilities of this wand, though, with your identify. Going again?
Yep.
Okay. That is going to be all right. And next up, you analyze it again, and unfortunately, with the new spell, you're not able to identify any other powers of the wand.
What a pity. Okay. I take
Alright.
it the old one was plus something.
Maybe.
All right. On to. I'll look at it.
Maybe that
Fast.
longsword with the cresting waves.
What about potions?
Yeah, we can
Potion.
do potion.
Why don't you just start at like the top?
That's what I'm saying.
A flask of thick, scentless amber liquid.
It's not the top, but okay. All right.
I apologize.
That's fine. No, I don't
Sorry.
care. It's
Fo-
it's fine.
Forearm, the leather forearm.
I was just saying that it's easier to start at the top of your stuff, but however you guys want to
Yeah,
do it is fine
wasn't
with me.
It's a different color.
I
It's a
wasn't
different-
scrolled up
Alright,
enough.
alright. All right, it's fine. All right, so the forearm guards. Unfortunately, Leva is not able to tell anything about those. I will tell you that those are bracers. Like the type of
Okay.
armor equipment that is, they are bracers.
I think
What
they-
type of what type is the what type of magics were on them?
Enchantment, charm, and combat and protection.
I
Okay.
have a feeling what they could be, but I'm not sure.
I think we all know what they are.
I know what I'm hoping they are.
Okay, next.
Is the bullets lead bullets?
Okay, those have a moderate enchantment upon them. Moderate combat
Moderate?
bonus. Moderate.
So that's one higher above what we normally.
Maybe, it could even be 2. I mean,
Moderate could be anywhere between 2 and 3.
Yeah, I mean, compared to like our arrows, they're like minor, yeah.
Yeah.
you do believe that they are, it has a more substantial enchantment than the arrows that you guys have.
Mhm.
Well,
Alright,
hey,
so-
remember what Alt said about the ballista? The ballistas? Minor, moderate, major.
Yes, but
1, 2, 3.
yes, but that was specifically for those. That was how they described them. That was not necessarily how the identify spell would describe it.
True.
So,
Anyway, Those two flasks that were in this grouping.
Okay. The first one does have an enchantment upon it of substantial healing benefits. I'll tell you right now, it's a potion of extra healing.
To replace the one I drank.
Okay. Next one.
All right. This is the red and yellow swirled liquid. That one is... The spell reveals that it is a potion designed to protect a warrior from weapons.
Okay.
So, that would indicate to you that it's only usable by fighters, rangers, paladins.
Does it say weapons or magical weapons? Because there's quite a distinction there.
It just says weapons, and that does not indicate non-magical or magical.
All right. What type of files were they, by the way? It doesn't matter.
All right, so the extra healing potion was in a leather flask, and the other one in a metal flask.
All right.
Okay.
Now I think next is
Amber liquid.
Amber.
Leva is not able to tell anything, and with that, the spell expires.
All right. Now, if we want more, we have to pay for it, people.
The 100 GP, right?
Yep.
Okay, I can exchange an amber for identifying the longswords first.
Okay.
All right, so the longsword. Give me a second. And for some of these, I'll get with you guys afterwards to figure out who's getting what. All right, so you're going down to the sword. Okay. All right. The sword. Leva is unfortunately not able to tell anything about. All right.
I guess
Next.
someone will have to fight with it.
Short sword.
Okay. That one, the spell reveals that in addition to a moderate enchantment for battle, it is designed to stay where it is dropped.
What?
What?
It's designed
Oh, that's
to
really handy.
stay where
so
it's
I
dropped.
can... Alright, Lafdul picks up the weapon, he just throws it against the wall.
As soon
Not
as
too hard.
as soon as you let go of it, intending to throw it, it hangs in midair.
What?
Ah,
Wow.
Oh.
Braxon, that's for you.
Braxton doesn't use short swords. Lafdul does.
It's a
Almost like
gimmick.
it's got a movable rod built in.
Can I manipulate it without touching it?
Um,
Like, wave my hand around it, see if there's like any.
it doesn't seem to move like if you try to blow on it or something like that, it doesn't seem to move at all.
Has anyone got like a blunt arrow they can shoot at it?
Yeldan will just shoot a normal arrow.
Not
at
a
it.
normal arrow, because I will take one of my arrows and I will blunt it and I will shoot it. I don't want to damage the sword.
You're not going
Braxton,
to
you should-
damage the sword by shooting a regular arrow at it.
Braxton, you
yeah, I
should
just
try
want
it.
to.
Yeldan's I already said I'm gonna shoot an arrow
Alright.
at it.
Say that again, Lever.
So
You should. Sorry.
I mean, if you want to shoot an arrow at it, you can try that.
I just want to see if it can get dislodged by external influences, or if it has to be a person.
All right. So you do so, and
Back out 12.
it does move slightly.
But it stays in general area.
Yeah.
Ah.
But let's say if Braxton now pulls up the sword, takes it.
Yes,
Can you
if
do
someone
that?
else pick it up. Well, it seems so, because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to.
Who else is going to pick it up?
I'll try to
Braxton
pick it up.
tries.
All right, Braxton said it first. So
No.
Braxon reaches out his hand, grabs it, and
I wasn't going to say that. I was going to say Braxon lifts up his foot and pushes it with his foot.
it moves.
So
Does someone
not-
want to grab it by the hilt?
I will grab it by the handle.
Thank you. You grab it up and just perfectly normal, just as if it was resting on a table or something like that. Just you can just scoop it up.
I'll hand it back to Lafdul.
That would be really convenient for spellcasting. You
Well,
just
actually,
put the
no.
sword in midair.
I disagree, because while you're casting, anyone could come and snatch the sword away.
I won't be in
Literally
melee.
anyone.
Okay, next up. You can
All right. Sorry.
discuss whether
was
it's
thinking
good or
about
not afterwards.
Did we identify the other potions?
There's still a lot of stuff left to identify.
Okay, so did we do the amber liquid one?
I don't believe so.
Okay, let's do
Oh, yes, you did. You that was a failure.
failure. Okay. Let's do the rotting meat one
Wait, why did you
Exactly right.
delete it?
because I have it up on top.
Oh.
All right. All right. I'll tell you right now. That is a potion of healing.
I don't want to drink that potion of healing.
Just because it
Uh,
smells like rotten meat,
yeah,
doesn't mean it tastes like it.
Yeah, then we'll
That's
take
something
it.
to do with like maggots, because they eat dead flesh, etc. So
How about this multifaceted one here?
Okay, that one Leva casts Identify on, and
Where's that potion?
the she detects that it has multiple powers on it, and the first power that she detects has to do with flying.
Does that, in regards to which color, or does it tell us?
first use.
It's first, so
Oh,
Not go through it.
that would be
The
the
dark
topmost layer.
Topmost.
might be
Flying.
reasonable. Flying.
Didn't realize you could have multiple potion effects in one potion.
You want to go again?
They're separated.
Yeah.
Okay. Leva is not able to determine what the next power is.
What about the
Okay.
third layer?
Leva is able to determine that it has to do with time and aging.
That may be haste.
You could have cursed potions, so to speak, bad ones. We've had like one potion of poison, so
All right. So that was the third, fourth.
The spell expires, so going again.
Yeah, I'll throw in 100.
Okay. The next one is... the next one grants perfect health.
oh, potion of heal.
And how do
Oh.
you get to the different layers?
That is something that you'll need to figure out.
Straw.
We need a designated straw, yes.
And it looks like there's one more layer.
Okay,
being reversed.
and that is healing.
Quite a few healing potions.
Well, yeah, they're the most common.
All right.
Does anybody object taking that one that smells like rotten meat healing potion?
Yeah, you can have it. That's fine.
You can have it.
Cool.
Okay.
Out of interest.
Real quick. You also continue to use the power, and it appears that the item will replenish what is in the vessel.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Oh my.
It's a reusable potion. Oh my god.
How tall, how big is this flask?
It's pretty large.
That ain't something you
I
can
think it's
carry
a
in one
glass
hand, is it?
flask.
Yeah.
It can break easily.
And it has a pourable spout on top.
Oh my god.
A hard
I want it.
spout?
A pourable.
Oh, okay.
You want to take a miss?
We'll take it.
I think Higgimus wants it, yeah.
Just don't fall on it.
Okay. Next up.
Warhammer.
Okay. Leva is not able to tell anything about that.
Next, the triangular shield.
Okay. All right. That one has a strong magical protection on it.
Okay.
Strong magical protection.
That sounds pretty good.
Okay, and with that, the spell expires.
Alright, we still have one more item, I think, that needs to be...
We have 2 more items.
2 more? Oh, okay. Oh,
We
yeah,
have
the
the-
necklace.
We had 3. We had the
the
plate
pearl.
armor, the small
plate
wind
armor.
shield, and then the necklace.
We got the pearl as well. We didn't identify that pearl.
But yeah, 4 items then.
Alright,
Uh,
just
3,
Burn
4,
another
4, 5, 5. Okay. All right. So casting another one.
please.
All right.
Dwarven plate armor.
What is the? Oh, goody.
Oh, God.
Wall surge.
We're all gonna die.
Fireball!
All right. So you were
Kaboom.
casting on the armor, correct? That's what you were going to move on to next.
There's a chance to drain the item.
What were you going to start with?
Armor.
The armor.
Yeah,
Armor.
Plate armor, yes.
It grows leaves.
Oh,
Spell fails.
it's
The you
Does the armor get ruined?
nope. You can pick the leaves off, and it seems
I'm
complete.
gonna
Okay,
take the
Higgimus.
leaves.
Higgimus, start mowing.
I'm the guy who takes care of the armor. I'll take care of the
He
leaves.
did it last time. That creature grew leaves.
Alright, so Higgimus doesn't, like, run out of money. Can somebody else throw in 100 on this?
Yeah.
I'll throw in 100.
Okay.
Braxon says that looks amazing. That would camouflage you.
I'm gonna throw in 100 to try to identify again.
Okay. Nothing happens. Spell fails.
Did it fail?
It wild surged to something that doesn't work.
I'll do
Okay.
it again.
Okay.
All right. I was gonna chip in another 100, but
There we go. All right. The spell works normally here, and
Thank God.
so the last one was target and caster exchange voices.
Oh, if only that armor had a if it was animated or
Intelligence.
something. Yeah.
Okay. Unfortunately, Leva is not able to tell anything about the armor.
Is that permanent, by the way?
What? No, it's not necessarily. You don't know.
Small wooden shield.
Okay. Small wooden shield has a moderate protection enchantment on it.
I'll take the shield if no one else wants it.
Yeah.
Okay. And next up.
I'll just cut it out. Do you mind if I do that?
Yeah, shields are no good for Braxon.
Next item.
Sorry, I was looking for the next one. The necklace.
The necklace with the 27 gems.
Okay. The identify spell reveals that one of the let's see. So one of the purple stones has the ability to cure various ailments.
One of them does.
Yes.
Hmm.
Oh, are all these going to have something different?
Yep.
There are 5 of them.
Oh, so we're just identifying the 5 purple stones?
Yeah. The pink stones have no special powers.
They might turn pink when they're done.
Next. You want to keep going on this necklace?
Sorry. The first one was heal ailment.
Yeah. It can heal various ailments. So you want to keep going on the necklace?
Yep. That's one.
The next purple stone has the exact same power.
Okay, next one. Just to make sure.
The next one, Leva is not able to tell anything about. And with that, the spell expires.
How much does that... Oh, never mind. I'll look it up.
Do you need more money?
Yeah.
Okay, Braxon hasn't chipped in yet. 100 gold pieces, yeah?
Yep.
Everybody
Okay.
chips in.
Alright, so Leva moves on to the next one. That one boosts the power of priestly magic.
Eh? Ooh,
Neat. Useful.
priestly magic.
Okay, and the last one?
Yeah.
Leva is not able to tell anything about the last one.
That might be a necklace for you, Lafdul.
Possibly, I guess. Well, the only priest.
Possibly. Yes. Okay, magical pearl.
Okay.
Pearl power.
Where is that? Is anyone going to object if I take it? I guess.
No,
No objections.
don't.
Where is it?
Down towards the bottom of the equipment
Okay,
in the gray text box.
the identify spell reveals that the
Oh,
pearl
God.
has the ability to restore a single wizard spell once per day.
Ooh. Oh. The
But it does not,
Pearl
Yay!
power.
does not
Higgimus
tell
make
you
use
what
of
it can do.
Is
Alright.
the pearl used up when doing that?
You don't know.
You got. I think you should get alleged lore on that. I don't know. Or do research on the pearl. You might be able to replicate it later on.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
So the in addition to all the magical items, you also have all the sheets of parchment that you cannot read, not in languages any of you guys have.
comprehend
Leva, do you have
languages.
any ability to understand those?
Yes. Just a moment. Let me have a look.
Next day.
Yeah, it would be next day anyway. But I do
That's fine.
have comprehend languages. I have read magic. I have. Oh.
Well, you already
just a
cast read magic to get the scrolls, and it did not work on those, and they don't radiate
Yeah,
magic.
no, it wouldn't be today. It definitely.
No, it's
would
fine.
not.
This is all happening in the week.
Yeldan, you use 2 longswords, right?
Yep. One of my
Evening.
longswords is a well-crafted one that makes it well-balanced.
So
I believe is the
comprehend,
term.
comprehend languages, read magic. Those are the 2 spells I have.
Do you want to try out the cresting wave sword and see if it's better than any of your current
All right,
swords?
let's hold off on that. Let's figure out what these papers say. So you want to cast comprehend languages?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You discover that you are able to read these pages. They're kind of hard to figure out because the thought process seems to be different than what you're used to. It's like, I mean, the syntax and grammar is just strange when it's translated in your mind with the spell. But struggling through it, you realize that they appear to be notes on many of the items that you picked up.
Oh, neat.
Really?
Is there anything about the longsword?
Oh, so
So-
it's probably in Beholderkin or whatever the language is.
It is. Although you wouldn't really know that. I mean, it's a reasonable guess that this is in some Beholder language.
Is there any place we can get them, like, get this thing translated?
Perhaps
Oh,
the
shit.
Lava can translate it for
yeah.
us.
Well,
If I
yes and no.
understand it,
Hold on. Come on, guys. So the text actually does give command words. The problem is that since it's a magical translation and not a normal translation, you cannot actually use those command words because it's translated into your head, but does not actually give you the proper pronunciation and such like that. So you will need to find
Oh.
someone who knows the actual language to read these and give you the proper information.
I know who we need to talk.
But you do find out that let's see, the detail. One of the sheets does talk about that wand that you have, and it does seem to indicate that it had the command word was discovered. The description informs you that it is a wand that has to do with earth and stone, the element of earth, and various things of that nature. It appears to be lightly charged, is what the documents state, and it does not actually detail the specific powers. The document goes on to essentially dismiss it as not particularly useful. Now, of course, this is in the mind of the authors, who are Beholderkin. It also, the same sheet also mentions that it discusses some of the wizard scrolls and the pre-spell scroll. Not in so much as this is just a conclusion that you're able to draw. And it says that someone by the name of Akshutet was not able to decipher them. And they were going to be sent back to the hive for further investigation.
Near the hive?
Planning, yeah, it's just a Beholder term. Place of residence.
Another document details the large flask and indicates that it should be traded for food or other objects of use because it is incompatible with Beholder physiology, but it does indicate that it has multiple potions inside of it of some sort. Another document briefly mentions the book, indicates that it has no bearing on Beholder mentality and is unuseful and should be eliminated.
Eliminated rather than sold. Interesting.
And the further, a document notes that the saddle is used by the weak two legs on their mounts and gives the ability of flying and is worthless
Oh my god!
and should be destroyed.
Oh my god!
Wow.
That's good.
It also
Surprisingly so.
It also has some information about the horn. You can tell that the command word was not known, and indicates that it is worthless and should be traded or destroyed.
Now I really want to try the saddle on the wolf.
There are some brief notes on the weapons and armor, but basically only indicate that they're not particularly useful for the, as it says, lensmen. It does say that the 2 swords were taken by the overseer as its personal possessions, and makes no mention of any of the other items.
The items from the dead dwarf.
Does anyone of us of the group know what lensmen are?
No, none of you would.
No.
Yeah, I don't think Braxon would know. But Braxon does say, if you think this is beholder writing, we could maybe go to Lars Luigi and offer to do a favour in return for him helping us.
Mm-hmm. Do you think he will help us?
Well, he helped us before. He's very friendly.
I'm sorry, what? Is Braxton talking about giving something away again?
No, Braxton was talking about asking Luigi or whatever the beholder name was in Brawl to translate it for us. Well, they actually know to give us the control words.
I was talking about offering to do a favour for Lars Luigi in exchange for him helping us.
Oh, okay.
We could just pay him.
We could just pay him. We'll see what he wants.
Mm-hmm.
They always want favours.
Well, you can always find out later when you get back to Brawl. Okay. Yeah. Any other things? It is about time to wrap up the session. Any last-minute things that anyone wanted to bring up or ask or anything like that?
No.
Nope.
So the other longsword users don't want the longsword.
Oh, I would take it, but then I would be depriving somebody else of a potential longsword since it would be stuck on me.
Can we figure this out after the episode?
Yeah.
But Braxton would be interested, but he's got the rod for the moment, so yeah, we could talk about this afterwards. I think everyone else should be topped out, and then Braxton will take the next longsword.
Okay. Well, as you are wrapping up your purchases and getting that, the library kitted out in the lower cargo deck, finishing up here on Refuge, you do receive a message from the small elven enclave here on Refuge, the Imperial Navy offices, indicating that at your earliest convenience you should pay them a visit so they can discuss a matter of importance with you.
Oh, maybe they've got a lead on how we can help Beloriana.
Perhaps,
Hopefully.
and we'll find out in the next session.
Yeah.
All right. Mm-hmm. So, real quick, you guys did finish up an adventure. So let's see. Everyone is going to get 400 experience points.
400.
Yep.
Woohoo! That's like 200 and 220 for both mine.
Woohoo! I assume no one is leveling up from that.
Nope.
Yeah,
From the
didn't think so.
400. No, not even close.
Okay, I didn't
We
think
got
anyone,
loads last time.
I didn't think anyone was that close. All right, well, thank you guys for playing. Thanks everyone out there for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we will return next week with more Spelljammer, and we'll get started on our next adventure. It should be lots of fun. I'm looking forward to it. All right, thanks guys, and see you next week.
See ya.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.